Hi, this is Tim Rower from the Utah Conservatory, and this is one of our Week 2 videos in our Music Theory for Composition course. This video today deals with our in-class assignments. And now when I talk about in-class assignments, what I'm referring to are the assignments that we complete together within these videos, as this is an online class. This week's assignment uses the example from week 1 that we were to put into Noteflight. So if you've got that handy, pull that out and we're going to follow along with it as we do this assignment today on this video together. Our goal with this is to take that example and to figure out the note names of both the treble and the bass clef notes. And part of the goal of this is to get comfortable and familiar both with how to figure out those note names, but eventually down the road to be very comfortable with where all the different notes are, so that when we're writing something that we'll know right away if that's a C or an E or whatever it happens to be. So this is the example from week 1, and we're going to start with the treble clef. We're going to start with the first note there. Now this does use ledger lines, and if you remember from your other online learning, the ledger lines give us extra room to work with the staff when notes are below where we normally would be able to fit them on the staff, or above where we'd normally be able to fit them. So we're going to use our little trick of every good boy does fine. We're going to start with that first note on the very bottom of the staff, right on the line there. And that first note that's on a line is the note of E. So from here I'm going to work my way down. If I go one down from E, that gives me the note right below the staff. That would be a D. And if I go one below that, that's going to give me a C. And now this one in particular is a great one to memorize, middle C, as it's so very commonly used. You'll want to memorize both the treble clef middle C as well as the bass clef middle C. But using our trick, this way of working through this, we're able to see that that first note right there is going to be a C. For our next note, we're going to again use our every good boy does fine trick. And if you look, that note, that second note is on the bottom line of the staff, which corresponds to our E. For our third note in this treble clef, we can use our memory trick of face, F-A-C-E. Now if you look at that third note is on the space, at the very bottom space of the treble clef, which corresponds to an F. For right now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to skip down to our bass clef. So we're going to start with that first note in the bass clef. Now, the trick we're going to use for this is our bass clef memory trick of all cows eat grass. If you look at that first note, it is on the second space from the bottom, which corresponds to a C. From here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to the second note, and we're going to use our memory trick of good boys deserve fudge always. So that second note is on the bottom line of the staff, which corresponds to our G. So for the last part of this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the note names of these notes. So if you need to take a moment to finish this, then go ahead and pause the video, and we're going to put these note names up there in a second so that you can see if you've gotten them all correct. So take just a moment and figure the rest of those out. So what we're going to do first is we're going to start with our treble clef, and these are the treble clef notes right there. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do our bass clef notes, and our bass clef notes are those notes right there. If for some reason you got some of them a little bit incorrect, go through and see if you can figure them out again. Our goal again is to get really comfortable with where all of those notes are. But we will end this video for today. We'll see you in our next video that is our at-home assignments, working through some of that to show you how you would do that.